Tony is out.
Welcome, everybody, to the May 19th Ortelius Outreach meeting. Tracy's just updating the roster. Who's here?
Did I miss anybody? Let's see. Sasha. So for those of you who were able to attend, how did you think that how did we did on Secure ChainCon? Any comments? We only had one boo-boo. We accidentally let two videos run just one after the next when we were going to stop them. But other than that, we were catching them.
I thought the way that the running it was a lot easier. So basically, what I did was the night before I took all the videos, uploaded them to Flixer, combined them all into one big long video, and then downloaded it, that big video. And then Zoom now has an option where you can share a video. So instead of sharing your screen, you can go in and share a video. And you share the video along with your computer audio, which worked out great because I could pause the video and then we could talk on top of the video without having to like stop sharing and restart and all that stuff. So that worked really well. I did not check. I know things are going over to YouTube live, but I have not checked to see I haven't logged into the YouTube account for Ortelius to see what was out there. We probably need to go in there and re-tag that that live posting.
Let me look real quick here. I should be able to pull that up and tell us.
So for my end, running things was a lot easier than we've done in the past.
Good.
Because of Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom's gotten more capabilities. In the past, we would have to go through another service called OSB, which allows you to, it's like a desktop
OSB,
editing.
sure. Yeah, I know OSB.
Yeah, so it just is overly complicated. And also in the past, we would try to push to Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn, a bunch of different channels all at the same time, and just through StreamYard, and StreamYard would just stop. We had really bad experiences with StreamYard doing that. So now that we've simplified things, it's working a lot smoother.
Nice.
Yeah, taking it at Twitch was fun, but it was too hard.
Twitch was fine. We could actually stream to Twitch as well. We can choose YouTube Live or Twitch.
I'd say YouTube Live.
Yeah, YouTube Live fits better with what we already have for content. But the StreamYard was the thing that was the big headache.
I'm putting it in the playlist now for Secure ChainCon 2025.
And you uploaded the individual videos, right?
Yeah, that's all published.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's all published, and I've social networked them through October, and I've updated the page. So if I go to, I got too many things going on right here. If I go share my, let me bring it up first. Ortelius. Share my screen. Okay, so let's go down here. Go here. I've updated it so that it's an on-demand, and there's a view now for each one of them. Rest of that stays the same. I've updated it in the events and resources page. So it's got view now here, and then I have updated it on the front page. Maybe I took it off. No, I did. And it's got the view now and more info. It takes you to the other page. This goes back to the blog.
Nice.
So all those things are done, and I have social networked it out for with each individual for an extended period till October. And then I just updated this. So now the whole recording is in the playlist. So if we go to the playlist for Secure Chain Con, oops, that's where I wanted to go. Go to look at the videos. There's the complete Secure Chain Con, and then there's each of the ones individually. Maybe I can move this up. Does that allow me to do that? Well, there's a place I know I can order them, but I think that works. And I need to just update this with the right logo. So we're all good. That's all done. I might as well do that while I'm sitting here. Where's my, let's upload a thumbnail. Where's my logos? Oh, now it looks the same. So all good. I thought it was fun. I thought we had some pretty good sessions. And you know what made me think about doing something for December that's a little different? What we might want to do for December, we might call it a DevSecOps demo day and let people submit, that looks weird, let people submit demos. That's weird. Why does that look all weird? Thought I'd grab the same image as I always do. Change.
That is strange.
Yeah, it's all crazy looking. Where's my images for Secure Chain Con? There's that one. I grabbed that one, I thought. I don't think I have any other images. Save. Looks fine there. So I thought that might be fun to have people submit 15-minute demos. So let's think about what we might want to do for December. And they could do a demo around any open source tool that is, God, I'll have to figure this out later, supporting security in the workflow. So just a thought. We should probably start thinking about what we might want to do uniquely. But more importantly, we do need to start working on outreach to the Jenkins community. We've kind of started walking down this road. I've posted this cute little logo with the alien being the
That's
butler.
adorable.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's really cute. I'm
What
doing
a
one for
great way to mix it.
yeah, I'm doing one for Deploy Hub. Let me show you let me see if I can find it.
Very creative.
Can't get to it right now, but anyway, yes. Yeah, the Jenkins community loves their butler and they love their logo. This logo in particular, when we were using it for the Albuquerque meetup, I got a bunch of them, and just like the alien stickers that we have,
Yeah.
they get sold really, they get taken really
I
fast.
love it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I almost would love to be able to do, I might try to get some stickers made before June that shows that for this, maybe it just says Ortelius and Jenkins on the bottom. But we've gotten started. So at least I've got this done. I've got a blog done, and I submitted a blog to CDF as well. But I think that in our future discussions, we all need to put our hat on and figure out what we need to do to make it as easy as possible for folks to start using Jenkins. Now, Steve is working on implementing Jenkins in the same way as Sasha's working on Tekton. And if we have a way to automatically notify the Jenkins users when their runtime version of Jenkins has a critical or high-risk vulnerability, at least we can start having a conversation with them. And we might want to bring it down to medium to critical, so we have more that's going out there that we can ping them for. But let's just start, now that we're done with Secure Chain Con, let's start thinking about that for the next few months. And the other thing to think about is, how we want to make the December event different from the May event. And I think doing demos might be fun. Just call it the holiday festival and demo day or something. And we'll just invite all the open source teams to show us how you're doing DevSecOps. What does your tool do to improve DevSecOps?
Sounds cool.
So
That's a great idea.
good.
Anyway, those will be like recorded videos, so
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
matter
think,
even if it's on a weekend.
and I think it'll open up the floor for more open source tools to get involved in what we're up to.
And it doesn't have to be a full demo around an open source project. We can do a small demo around the Jenkins pipeline, a small demo around Tecton, it with Ortelius. So a small demo around your AI stuff, Utkarsh. So, there's a lot of options going that route.
Just taking notes here. I'm going to put the logo for this for Jenkins in the meeting minutes. So if anybody ever wants to grab it, they can get it from there. I'll probably stick it out on the website somewhere too. I have to figure out where to put it. And that's all I have today. Obviously, I didn't think a lot about stuff since I was kind of like, yeah, I got done with Secure Tank on. Now I got to go get my work done.
Yeah, that's a big
But
undertaking.
yeah, but I thought it went well. I mean, I think the only presentation that I probably could have worked with her on was juries. And there was another one where Kate, you and Jude, I should have mentioned it to you, but I didn't want you guys to have to record it later. I think your images were too small, so of yourselves. So I think in the future I'll try to create like a guideline for recording it to make sure that both yours and juries, that you couldn't really see the person talking, and I think that it's fun to see the person. So anyway,
I
that
think
was the other thing.
that may be because that was recorded on Zoom. That may be a Zoom setting that we need to play with.
Yes, that's what we got to figure out how, because I think they could have stretched the images bigger when you do the recording.
Because I actually got an account for Zoom just for this, and I hadn't really played with it at all. So I like a paid account that you can record, and you had to because with the free account it actually shut us off after was it 30 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah, it
And
has that 30-minute time limit.
yeah, and that should have been it should have been okay, right? Because it was, I think, 28 minutes or something, but
You guys had to talk faster.
yeah.
Boy, when you're sitting there working on it, you don't think about it like that. It makes it hard. But anyway, that was the only thing that I could see in terms of a lessons learned, as we should remember to remind people to expand the size of their their Zoom square.
Yeah. Even practice it in the future. I mean, like before December.
Yeah,
But I think it's a good idea, Tracy, what you're saying.
good. Well, we can start thinking about that for a future event, but don't have to worry about it now. But anyway, so yeah, the logo's out there. I'm probably going to try to get some stickers made with it that'll say Ortelius and Jenkins for DevSecOps or something. So I'll play with that logo.
I don't know if there's anything on the East Coast in New England area. So like Boston up to Maine. To have, other than I can think of ISC squared, but to show introduce, trying to get people more involved in this. Like you guys are talking about Jenkins. I don't know if there's anything in this area. And me not being an application specific person, you know, I think creates a limiting, features, skill set features. So,
Well, the thing is you can start some local meetups and you'll end up finding if that was something you wanted to pursue, and you end up meeting people, not very many in the beginning. We had in Albuquerque, initially we started getting maybe 5 or 6 people that we would sit together and chat about just security in general. And then it started growing, and then we moved to Zoom because of COVID. And during that time, we had over 200 people in our Jenkins meetup. So they can grow, and you don't necessarily have to be the expert in the room. You have enough experience in security to be an expert in the room, but that doesn't mean you have to be an expert about Jenkins. By the time we get done with the CI/CD cybersecurity workflow, you're going to know more than you ever wanted to about tooling around this problem set.
no, I love it. So thank you. I mean,
Good,
I
good.
want to learn more. So,
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I would not be hesitant, and I know that this time of year is a terrible time of year to start a meetup because it's the summer, but you
yeah.
could do one in September to kick it off.
What
And
do I do?
I think that you might be surprised what you find. We started it with we called it coffee ops.
I like
And
it.
we would meet for coffee and talk to other people who were doing platform engineering and DevOps, SREs, and we just called it coffee ops, and we just started meeting once a month for coffee for breakfast, and made it super relaxed. I mean, we didn't, there was no agenda. It was just, hey, if you're in operations or platform engineering or an SRE, we're just going to go and hang out and talk about stuff. And there was a lot learned. We just all would get our breakfast and we'd sit around and have coffee together and talk. And I think that could be a good way to do it too.
Nice.
And I
Definitely.
when I started it, I used LinkedIn to start looking for people with,
Yeah, the LinkedIn groups, because
yeah,
I believe you can search for folks that are in your area
yeah.
geographically, and with a certain title.
And you can do that with Meetup too.
Okay. I'd really like to start getting more into social media and LinkedIn. I'm really bad at that.
I don't think it's an easy task, to be honest. All right, well, that's all I have today, and I'm going to make it short because I got a ton of stuff that I'm trying to get
Yeah.
finished. So,
I have one question for Utkarsh real quick. Utkarsh, on the API endpoint for the Ortelius side, um, I was looking at that, and should that API endpoint return only the data where we have high and critical vulnerabilities? So, like the list of components and applications that have high and critical vulnerabilities, or should it return both, ones that do and ones that don't? Should I do like the filtering on my side? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, like either of them are fine.
Okay. The reason why I was asking, because the filter set, we could have a very small data set returned because people are fixing things, you know what I mean? And there's not a lot of high and critical vulnerabilities that need to be addressed.
Okay.
So, okay, I will do the filtering on my side as part of that API.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
All right, that's what I needed to find out. All right, anybody have anything else?
nope.
All righty, thanks everybody. Have a good day.
Enjoy summer.
Thanks.
Yes.
because it's
Hi.
horribly cold here.
Yeah, I know, poor you.
Yeah. Stay
Sucks.
warm.
Okay.